The head of the UN's refugee agency has warned that Europe is backing into an even greater refugee crisis. Austria and some Balkan nations have agreed to restrict the number of refugees allowed to cross their borders. Greece and Italy have criticized the move. Meanwhile, the EU's interior and justice ministers are meeting in Brussels to discuss the refugee crisis. Greece's Minister for Migration Policy, Ioannis Mazalas, spoke to reporters before going into the talks.
Many here will discuss how we can deal with the humanitarian crisis in Greece, which they created. Greece won't accept one-sided actions. One-sided actions can also come from Greece. Greece refuses to become a Lebanon for Europe, a storage area for souls, even if they throw money at us.
For more on this, Simon McGregor-Wood joins us from London. Simon, I think you would agree that the EU's policy on migration seems to be in disarray. What do you think are the chances that ministers will manage to come up with a comprehensive plan today?
Well, very remote, I think. That clearly they are trying to pull together what appears to be an unraveling policy. You'll remember that last September, led by the Germans and the European Commission, a plan was hatched to redistribute migrants and refugees throughout the European Union. Only 120,000 of them, however, and even that proved an extremely contentious policy. Subsequent to that, crucially, we haven't seen any decrease in the flow of migration from Turkey into Greece and up through the Balkan route. In the first 2 months of this year alone, we've had another 100,000 people arriving. And as a result of that, we've had a sort of fracturing of the European Union's common position. For example, yesterday Austria convened a meeting of 9 countries, most of them in the Balkan area, very controversially excluding Greece, and they've come up with their own ideas, including the fingerprinting of people arriving on their borders, the turning back of people who don't have paperwork, the turning back of people who don't have passports, etc., etc. So what they're trying to do in Europe, in Brussels today, is trying to get all these different ideas together under one sort of common policy, because clearly you cannot have a common policy if certain sections of the community keep coming up with their own ideas. Crucially, as we heard just there from the Greek Interior Minister, the Minister for Migration going in, the Greeks are extremely angry at this whole process. They were left out of this meeting in Austria yesterday, and they are being left with all the people coming in from Turkey across the Aegean who in recent weeks can no longer move through into the rest of Europe as easily as they did during the course of last year. One final point, this all adds weight to the crucial importance of the next big summit of EU leaders with the Turkish government. That's set up for March the 7th. The European Union will be begging Turkey to do more to try and stop people reaching Europe's shores.
Okay. Simon McGregor-Wood joining us from London. Thank you for that.